Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal, Mr. Butter, coming back at you. Today I want to get into a pair of kicks that I first saw in hand about a month ago, and as soon as I saw them and got my hands on them, I realized that it was a pair I definitely wanted for my collection. A lot of people have been saying that these are going to sit. I love this pair. I don't mind if it sits or if it flies off the shelves as long as I got my pair. This might be my favorite Jordan 1 to release so far in 2023. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's take a look at these wash black Jordan 1 highs. To start out, I always like getting a unique looking box, and this certainly is a dope looking box. You've got the Nike print on there. The font is just like we always see on Jordan 1 boxes, but I love this kind of gradient effect from light gray to dark gray, and it's got some like splatter on there, but I just think this is a really dope looking box. Very, very cool looking. The tag reads Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG. The colors are black, fire red, and white. This is a size 10.5, and the retail price on these was $180 US, but I used $20 in status rewards, so I was able to get them for just around $170 all in. And getting right to it, here they are. I think these things are about as good as it gets. And I know that there's not a lot of hype around them right now. Whether or not that's just because the resale market is taking such a big hit, I don't know. But I think this colorway is dope. I think the materials that they used are really, really good. And I'm still a huge fan of the Jordan 1 high. So for me, I just can't really find much wrong with this pair at all. I love that tag on the tongue that has that pop of red, and just all these colors would be so easy to style an outfit with. Really, you could throw these on effortlessly with just about anything, and I think it's going to look great. I kept seeing people online saying that these were bricks and that they were going to sit and everything. Maybe it's because everybody's burnt out on Jordan 1 highs. Maybe it has to do with the fact that you can't just flip every Jordan shoe now and make nice profit off of it for resale. But I think these are really, really good, and I am pretty surprised that these are sitting anywhere. It looked like on the sneakers app this morning they did sell out, but I wouldn't be surprised if they pop back up, since I haven't really checked lately. But I know a lot of people said that they were passing on these. Maybe it's because we just had Yeezy Day and a lot of people picked up multiple pairs there, so their wallets are hurting a little bit. Whatever the reason is, I'm glad this was an easy pickup, and this isn't one that I'm thinking maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. This is staying in my collection. This is staying in my collection, and these are going on feet, because to me these are going to look dope. Before I forget to mention, they did come with white flat laces already in there, but we got this box and it's got black flat laces in there too. I think that would probably look good, but I also think if you threw in like a sail color to match the midsole, I think that would look good, or even just a gray color or something. I think you can mess around with the laces, and a lot of different options would look good in these things. Of course, we've got a standard Jordan 1 tread pattern. It's in a black color. I like that. It'll hide dirt. It'll be pretty forgiving. It's got the pivot point in the front, Nike branding there at the midfoot, but we've all seen that tread pattern before. Nothing really out of the ordinary there. Coming up from that outsole, we have a sail or an off-white midsole, and it looks like the stitching matches. I really like that. I know some people don't care for the sail midsoles, and we have been getting it a lot lately, but I think it looks dope. Especially with this gray and this white, I just think that that sail goes really nicely. And I think for our wings logo, which kind of is raised up instead of being pressed in, but I feel like the wings logo is a cream color kind of to match this midsole, and I do think that that helps to balance out the shoe a little bit. Then coming up from that midsole here on the mud guard, and then for just about all the overlays, including the swoosh, we have this nice gray colored suede, and the hair isn't really long on it. It's not the softest that I've felt, but it's a really nice material. There is nothing wrong with that suede at all. And on top of that, I just love the color and I think it looks great. But we have all this short-haired suede for the overlays on the mud guard, going up the eye stays, the swoosh, the bottom of the heel, and then of course up here by the collar. Then we also have another suede up here by the collar, and that's in more of like a tannish gray color. It's lighter than all these other overlays down here on the rest of the shoe, but it almost has a hint of tan in there. It almost looks like a neutral gray to me. But I like that little contrast up by the collar, and again, it feels like a decent material, but I like that texture that it has on it. I just think these things have a really nice, unique look to them. For the base of the shoe, starting at the toe box, we see all these perforations like we always get on Jordan 1s, but this leather too, it's not tumbled. It doesn't have that tumbled effect like over the top, but it does have just a little bit of texture, and when you press on it, you can see some of those little ripples, but it's a very nice material. It feels like it's a nice thick cut, and it's soft, but it also feels like it'll hold up for a while, if that makes sense. But you've got that white leather peeking through here on the toe box, and then on the side panels. I can't speak highly enough of these materials. If this was a year ago or 2 years ago, people would be going absolutely nuts for this shoe. I know that. I think the materials on these are better than what they were on the Hyper Royals and the Turbo Greens. But maybe I'll catch a lot of heat for that, I don't know. But to me, I think these materials are better than those two pairs of shoes. And I feel like this has the same effect that those shoes have, just with the suede overlays that kind of have a little bit of like a worn look to them. Coming to our tongue, you can see that it's kind of that yellowish type of vintage looking tongue color, and again I think that kind of ties in the sail color of the midsole and the cream color of the Wings logo. But I like this color of the tongue, and then it looks like the piping going around the tongue is also kind of like a sail color. At the top of the tongue we have a black tag, and it's got red Nike Air branding, and I think that looks dope. I really like the contrast and the pop of that little hit of color on these shoes. Like I mentioned in the beginning, it's got a black sock liner, and I always love when my high tops have black sock liners, because then I don't have to worry about my jeans staining them up or have to worry about them looking dingy or anything like that. And the insole is white, and it's got bright red Nike Air branding down on there. And I know that was a pretty quick look at these. Everybody's seen Jordan 1s before, so everybody knows what they look like. I am surprised that these were an easy pickup, but I don't mind it at all. Whatever the reason is, I'm glad that they're sitting, and I hope everybody that wants a pair will get a pair, and I hope people wear the heck out of them, you know, because really, it's a great time to be a sneakerhead. The past couple of years, you would not be able to pick up a Jordan 1 high that looked this good with this good of materials easily. You would have been paying resale, and it wouldn't have been cheap. Whether you've been in the game for a while or you're a pretty new sneakerhead, it's definitely a good time to be building up the collection. Let me know what you all think about these, and if you picked them up or if it was a pass. I appreciate y'all watching, and I will catch you on the next one. I'm out.